Meet the man whose betrayal nearly destroyed American credibility and whose quiet defection saved the nation from exposure. Agent Chico, born into the world of espionage, became the most dangerous double agent in CIA history. For months he walked the razor's edge between two superpowers, feeding secrets to Moscow while secretly guiding American operatives. His name became synonymous with the highest stakes of Cold War espionage. When the truth finally emerged, the world watched as one of America's most trusted insiders turned against his own side. This is the untold story of Agent Chico. Born in the early 20th century, Agent Chico rose through the ranks of the Central Intelligence Agency during the formative years of the Cold War. His rise was marked by sharp intellect and an uncanny ability to read human motives. By the mid-1950s, he held positions within the agency's Foreign Intelligence Division, where he cultivated relationships with both Western counterparts and Soviet contacts. He developed a reputation for precision and discretion. His access to sensitive information made him invaluable, and ultimately vulnerable, to those who sought to exploit his position. The turning point came in the spring of 1960 when Agent Chico became entangled in the U-2 incident. The high-altitude reconnaissance flights operated by the United States had drawn intense Soviet suspicion. While Chico's involvement remains debated among historians, evidence suggests he played a key role in providing the Soviets with critical intelligence about the spy program. His actions placed the entire operation in grave danger, forcing the CIA into a desperate race to contain the fallout. The incident would become one of the most closely watched crises of the decade. After the initial crisis, Agent Chico was quietly reassigned to serve as a Soviet intelligence asset. Operating under the guise of a loyal American collaborator, he gathered valuable information about American capabilities and intentions. His dual role made him a target for both sides. His access to sensitive technology gave him unique leverage. The agency struggled to manage his influence without exposing himself or his handlers to severe consequences. In August 1960, Soviet agents tracked down Agent Chico following a routine visit to a remote facility. The capture was swift and dramatic, with guards surrounding a bound figure near a secure door. Heavy surveillance surrounded the scene. The capture occurred under heavy surveillance. The Soviet presence at the location raised immediate alarms in Washington, as the agency realized it had been compromised from within. The incident forced a complete re-evaluation of Chico's status and triggered emergency protocols to protect remaining assets. The resolution came through extraordinary diplomatic maneuvering. In 1962, Chico was traded for the release of an American pilot who had been detained in the USSR. The exchange, brokered by high-level officials, brought Chico home under guard and secured the freedom of another citizen. Public opinion shifted dramatically in his favor. The exchange demonstrated the lengths to which both nations would go to resolve their mutual crisis. Chico returned to the United States as a hero, though his past remained a secret for decades. Following his release, Agent Chico lived a relatively quiet existence. He avoided the spotlight, choosing anonymity over the fame that would have followed such a dramatic escape. He never spoke publicly about his experiences. Years passed, and the details of his exploits faded from public memory. Yet whispers persisted among intelligence circles about the man who had navigated the most treacherous waters of Cold War espionage. His life continued in modest comfort, far from the shadows from which he had once emerged. The legacy of Agent Chico endures as a cautionary tale of loyalty and survival. His story illustrates how espionage networks operate at the intersection of personal ambition and national interest. Scholars debate whether his actions ultimately harmed or protected American interests. The man who walked between worlds left behind questions about trust, deception, and the thin line between patriotism and treason. His name, once whispered in secret rooms, now serves as a reminder of the hidden currents that shape global politics. To fully appreciate Agent Chico's significance, one must understand the geopolitical climate of the early 1960s. The Cold War had reached its most tense moments, with proxy conflicts raging worldwide. The U-2 incident epitomized the paranoia that gripped both superpowers. During this period, the CIA operated in extreme secrecy, often employing double agents to gather counterintelligence. Agent Chico's story sits at the heart of this era, representing the human cost of ideological warfare and the fragile nature of trust in international relations. These factors combine to create an environment of perpetual uncertainty. Why does Agent Chico matter beyond the pages of history books? Because his experience reveals the psychological toll of living a double life. He faced constant fear of discovery, the moral ambiguity of betraying one country to save another, and the isolation that comes from knowing which side to believe. His internal conflict mirrors the universal struggle between duty and morality. His journey offers insight into the complexities of loyalty, identity, and the choices that define our moral compass. Archival materials from the period provide tantalizing clues about Agent Chico's activities. Declassified files reveal his movements, communications, and the intricate web of contacts he maintained. Photographs from the era show him in various settings, always maintaining a careful distance from official cameras. Such records offer a rare glimpse into the machinery of secrecy. These artifacts stand as silent witnesses to a chapter of espionage that remains shrouded in mystery. The story of Agent Chico concludes not with a tidy resolution, but with lingering questions. What exactly did he know? How many lives were affected by his decisions? And why was he chosen for such a dangerous mission? As the camera pulls back from the dim corridors of espionage, one thing becomes clear: some secrets are better left unsolved. The legacy of Agent Chico continues to intrigue scholars and enthusiasts alike, a testament to the enduring power of the spy thriller genre and the human capacity for deception. In the shadowy world of Cold War espionage, few figures command as much fascination as Agent Chico. Born into British intelligence, Richard Francis Lee rose through the ranks of MI6 before becoming one of the most notorious double agents in American history. Operating under the codename Chico, he played a deadly game of deception for the CIA, gathering secrets from the Soviet bloc while appearing loyal to the West. What makes his story particularly remarkable is how close he came to destroying both sides before ultimately being exposed. Lee's path to becoming Chico began within British intelligence, where he honed his skills in covert operations and human intelligence. In the late 1960s, he caught the attention of American intelligence officers who saw potential in his expertise. They approached him with offers of protection and access to classified materials, promising a new career in the service of Western interests. Though initially skeptical, Lee accepted, beginning a dual life that would soon become legendary in the world of espionage. As Chico, Lee operated as a double agent, feeding false information to the Soviets while secretly transmitting genuine intelligence to the Americans. His mission centered on extracting sensitive technology and diplomatic communications from Eastern Bloc countries. He navigated a treacherous landscape of loyalty tests, wiretaps, and psychological warfare designed to keep him hidden from both sides. The line between ally and enemy blurred as he balanced competing loyalties in a world where trust was currency. His most dangerous assignment involved infiltrating a key Soviet facility and extracting critical technical data. Working under the cover of a legitimate business traveler, Chico accessed classified documents and manufacturing specifications that could shift the technological balance in their favor. The operation required extraordinary courage and precision, as he moved through layers of security while maintaining his double agent facade. Whatever he obtained could have given the West a decisive edge in the arms race. Despite his elaborate cover, Chico's secret life eventually unraveled. In 1988, while traveling in Miami, Florida, he was arrested by U.S. authorities on charges of treason and espionage. The FBI traced his movements through financial records and surveillance, linking him to multiple illegal operations. His arrest marked the end of an era of high-profile double agents and sent shockwaves through both intelligence communities. After extradition to the United Kingdom, Chico faced a treason trial that captivated international attention. The prosecution presented evidence of his extensive cooperation with the Soviet Union, including intercepted communications and testimony from fellow agents. Despite his defense arguing self-defense and mistaken identity, the jury found him guilty of multiple counts of espionage. He received a lengthy prison sentence, marking one of the most severe convictions for a double agent in modern history. Investigators pieced together the truth through meticulous analysis of Chico's communications and financial transactions. Wiretap recordings revealed inconsistencies in his stated activities, while bank records showed unusual transfers linked to foreign entities. The combination of circumstantial evidence and direct testimony from former colleagues allowed investigators to confirm his true allegiance. Once exposed, the illusion of his double agent persona collapsed entirely. Chico's case had lasting consequences for CIA counterintelligence operations. The incident prompted a re-evaluation of how the agency screened individuals with backgrounds in foreign intelligence services. New protocols were developed to detect potential double agents through deeper background checks and behavioral analysis. The scandal also reinforced the importance of maintaining strict separation between assets and their handlers. Beyond the headlines, Chico led a relatively quiet private life after his conviction. He spent his remaining years in the UK, facing legal challenges and public scrutiny. While his criminal record defined his professional legacy, his personal story reflects the complex choices that define lives caught between loyalty and survival. The man who nearly destroyed two superpowers now lived quietly in obscurity. Agent Chico remains one of the most studied cases of double agent infiltration in modern history. His story illustrates the delicate balance of trust and deception that defines intelligence work. The case serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of crossing ideological lines and the profound impact such betrayals can have on global geopolitics. The lessons from Chico's downfall continue to inform modern intelligence practices. Agencies now emphasize rigorous vetting of individuals with foreign ties and maintain tighter oversight of cover identities. The case underscores that even the most sophisticated deceptions can unravel when confronted with persistent scrutiny. The story of Agent Chico reminds us that in the world of espionage, nothing is ever quite as it seems. His journey from trusted asset to convicted traitor captures the fragile nature of loyalty in times of war. If you enjoyed this exploration of Cold War intrigue, subscribe for more real mysteries and discoveries.